Hello, this is Professor Bisht. Today we want to talk about inflation and the most important monetary intervention, which is or the most important monetary instrument which is used by Reserve Bank of India to control inflation, which is called repo rate. What is the repo rate? Repo rate is the rate at which the central bank, which means the Reserve Bank of India, it gives short-term loans to the other banks. The other banks place their government securities with the Reserve Bank and take a short-term loan. It can be 1 day, 2 day, 3 day. On 1st April 2022, this repo rate set by Reserve Bank of India was 4%. So today it is 5.9%. That means it has been raised by 190 basis points. Now why has the Reserve Bank raised it? Because once Reserve Bank raises the repo rate, the banks are also forced to raise the interest rates. When the interest rates are raised, then people want to put money in the bank rather than take a loan from the bank. So there is a tendency that if the interest rates are high, for example, a trader would like to squeeze some kind of a not buy very aggressively from a manufacturer to build up a stock. So this softens the prices. So a repo rate is a very good monetary instrument to soften the price. So what is reverse repo rate? Reverse repo rate, on the other hand, is the rate at which the Reserve Bank gives interest to the bank if they want to park their funds. So it is around 3.35%. That means if a bank wants to park its fund with the Reserve Bank, they will get interest. When a bank is taking loan from the Reserve Bank, it has to pay interest. But when the bank parks money with the Reserve Bank, it gets an interest. This is called reverse repo rate. Reverse repo rate is always lower than the repo rate. It's 3.35%. If you raise the reverse repo rate, when there is too much liquidity in the market, then the bankers tend to park their fund. And if the reverse repo rate goes up, then the bankers will park their fund in the Reserve Bank of India because they will get a higher interest, short-term interest, and it is without any risk because Reserve Bank is the banker of bankers. So repo rate is there to manage the inflation to some extent. It cannot be fully managed by monetary intervention alone. Inflation is caused by many other things. If your currency is depreciating, it can lead to inflation because then your imports get more expensive, and then the prices. You have to pay more the consumers eventually have to pay more, so inflation goes up. Inflation can be because of the manufacturing costs go up, and inflation can go up. But repo rate is a very effective tool in the hand of Reserve Bank of India to manage inflation, and reverse repo rate is also another tool to manage the liquidity. If the market is too much, it's overrated, then the banks tend to park their money with the banker of bankers, which is the Reserve Bank, because the reverse repo rate has increased. So there are two things: inflation. Managing inflation is the core job of Reserve Bank of India, and there is growth. It is Nirmala Sitharaman's job, and the government and the Reserve Bank has to ensure that the country is balanced between growth and inflation. Thank you.